Today we are talking about the value of restraint. Now I'm going to be doing my washing while I'm doing this because I had no other idea for a video. I thought I'll just bring you guys along with what I do in my day. So we're talking about restraint. Now I want to say right off the bat, restraint is a massively valuable thing in life. Okay, restraint isn't discipline. I also want to make that very clear. Restraint is not discipline. Restraint's either a part of discipline or it's like a precursor to discipline. Because restraint is only stopping yourself from doing stuff. It's not making yourself do stuff, which I believe is what discipline is, ultimately the overall thing. So let's say I totally forgot to go and get my hangers. I might have to dip off camera and come back. I didn't realise how many big clothes are in this. So restraining yourself most of the time is the right idea, okay? So I struggle with this every day with food. I struggle with this every day with cups of tea, stuff like that. Just having basically sugar is kind of what it comes down to for me. I was brought up on the diet of fat, sugar. I'm 100% going to get some hangers. Hold on 2 seconds. Fat, sugar. That's where it was at for me, okay? I would have these things, milky coffees. So it was a cup of full fat milk, normal caffeinated coffee. I'm like 5-6 years old at this point, and having 5 or 6 sugars in. I never got to 7. 7 was too much even for me. But the hospital would say, just fat and sugar. That's where it's at, because I couldn't digest complex carbs. Proteins, again, couldn't really digest that very well. So for my body, for the enzymes I had to take, it was a case of fat and sugar works the best. Just go with that. So as I'm older now, I also have to restrain myself from overeating, because it's something that I was, again, sort of conditioned to do as a kid, because I didn't absorb as much of the food and much of the nutrients. I had to eat more to get less. And when you're feeling sick and crappy and all the rest of it, the last thing you want to do is be forcing a load of food down your throat, but it's got to be done. So I built up loads of habits. And I'm sure there's plenty of people out there in the world who have built up loads and loads of habits as children, maybe in unhealthy times, which is essentially what I did. I built up habits in unhealthy times to serve me, to keep me alive. They weren't healthy habits. They were just the lesser of the evils, if you like. So not eating at all would have been really bad and I would have died. So eating shitty food is better than not eating at all. Therefore, go with it. Build up that as a habit. Eat shit food, because eating is the part of that sentence that's necessary, you know? And so we often build up just through necessity or through obliviousness. Maybe we'll do the value of obliviousness, if obliviousness is the right word, the right use of that word. You know, we can just not be aware. Non-awareness, let's use that instead. Yeah, we can not be aware of what we're doing or what we're not doing. And it can often be really bloody hard. So as we get older, we often find, especially in today's society, we need to practice. And it is a practice. It's not I can just restrain myself now. The practice of restraint. Okay, it is very, very important we practice and realise that it is a daily thing. Just like I say with music, super helpful for your life if you can do a daily practice, yoga practice. Like I say, I do music practice, piano, drums, singing, whatever it might be. If you can have a daily practice, then realising things like focus. I'm trying to put this on. Things like focus. It's not just one and done, people. We have to keep practicing. Today we're talking about restraint. So we practice restraint. There's another thing I was thinking of, and now I can't think of what it is for the life of me. But what is important is we realise it is a massively valuable thing most of the time. And we get into the habit of practicing it on the daily. Restraining ourselves from having the extra... I'm terrible with cookies, terrible with biscuits, terrible with sweets, terrible, like I say, anything like that. Just restraining yourself from having that one. Or if you can, restrain yourself... from having the extra one. If you can, restrain yourself from having the first one. That is a habit, going back to habit breaking. Restraining yourself from even starting the process. So I've done still this month, doing the abstinent April. I'm restraining myself fuck knows what. I've got no idea what I'm doing it other than just to prove to myself that I can, that I have the willpower, value of willpower coming up. Literally that's all it is. It's just to prove to myself that I can do it. I don't see any other value other than that. Personally, for my life, for my situation right now, I don't see any other value. But I'm determined, so I'm going to restrain myself from doing these things. But window shopping still, I'm doing more and more and more of it, which is really, really bad. And the brain has its way of kind of fighting back, so beware of that. And I'm trying to pace myself with these videos. There's loads of things I can imagine, and I could do this, I could start this now, I want to do these now. These are more just the kind of like the documentary behind the scenes idea. I don't think it's going to be these that kick off, personally. I think it could be some form of like the raps that I've been doing, something like that I think might take off more. This is just fun for me now. I just get to chat every day. It's like a little bit of mini therapy for me. But I'm having to restrain myself from doing too much too soon because I'm trying to pace myself, which is what we've spoken about recently as well. I know if I go too hard too soon, I will get too tired, I will burn out, I will lose my focus. It's really hard restraining myself just to do just enough, coming back to enough. Just day in, day out, coming back to that day in, day out thing. The hard work, value of hard work coming up, isn't always the long work. It isn't always the lot of work. Sometimes the hard work is the restraining yourself from not doing a thing. That's the hard thing to do. The easy thing to do would be just to go back into the old habit. So restraining yourself, super, super beneficial habit to practice on the daily. So I've got a few things. It aids decision making. If you restrain yourself from having too many options, you say, no, it's always just going to be A or B, here or there or back, round or about, that's it. I'm just going to keep it real super simple. It's the value of simplicity coming up. It's one of the things I live by. Keep it super simple, okay? So it aids decision making if we can restrain ourselves from having too much. It boosts self-esteem because, like, this self-control that I'm restraining myself. I'm abstinent April, so that means then I will have more self-esteem at the end of the month because I can say I can not do something if I choose not to do it. I can. I might not like it. It might be tough. Okay, I might struggle. Yes, that's okay. They're all fine things to do as a human. Yeah. Daily as well, on the daily, all right? But it will boost my self-esteem. I'll feel better about myself. Just the fact that I said I would, and I did. Less impulsivity. If we get good at restraining. I know I'm supposed to be doing the washing now, but I'm reading, so that's that. It's gonna wait. If we get good at restraining ourselves, okay, when it comes to silly things as well, we're less impulsive because we've already practiced it so much. We don't even take that first step. Like I say, we've restrained ourselves from even starting. So we've broken that habit so much. And the idea that, I read this once, the clever person knows how to solve a problem. The wise person avoids the problem in the first place. I love that. I'm always trying to be wiser. And I think, yeah, less impulsivity, I think, would be good for me, especially as well. It aids healthier relationships and interactions. Things like no cheating. Yeah, you can restrain yourself from fucking everything that comes towards you that wants you, which a lot of people are really struggling with now. Well, they wanted me. They will show me attention. So I just kind of had to. I kind of felt bad if I didn't. No. That's horrendous. Priorities, loyalty, the value of coming up, both of them. Okay, so important that we restrain ourselves. Oh, well, oh no, cheating and also saying things, horrendous things, just to hurt someone because you're hurt. Yeah, aiding healthy relationships with your friends and your families, not losing it just because fuck it, I don't care. No, restrain oneself. Like it says in my rap today, it's important to be kind. Feelings, absolutely. Have your feelings, vent your feelings, channel your feelings, but don't just fucking rah, and then if they can't take it, fuck them. This old sort of mentality of fuck what others think. It's more about, or sort of, zero fucks about others. It's more what they may think about you, with you just being your kind, respectful, genuine self. So if they go, oh, I don't like that guy, he's always happy. That's cool, that's fine. Allow them that, the miserable gunts, right? But the idea that, well, I don't give a fuck what they think about me. I'm just going to shout and scream and spit and swear in their face and fucking hit them and all the rest of it. I don't care, fuck them. No, restrain thyself from letting out all these feelings inappropriately, in an unhealthy manner. That is what the restraint is there for. Healthier finances. I struggle with this. I've struggled with this over the years. Again, where I'm dying next week, next month, whenever. Could be tomorrow. I don't know. This might be the last cough cold I catch. So the idea that, why have I saved? Why have I bothered saving money? Why am I restraining myself from spending it? I may as well just spend it because I could be dead next week. I should have some fun now because who knows what. Yeah. And there's a balance there, obviously. Yes, you need to live for today, because if every day is bloody miserable and there is no tomorrow, why the hell are you alive? You have to have the balance of both. You have to live for today, think about the day, of course, be present, of course, but you have to live for and think about the future, not just your own life. But again, even if you're not having kids, the kids in your community, in your society, you're an adult of those kids. They are kind of your kids by proxy, okay? The ones that are near you, they're kind of your kids. Like in Spain, when I used to live there, if a kid fell over and you were there and you were the only adult around, if you didn't pick that kid up and comfort that kid, you're a monster. In the UK, if that kid's not yours and you go anywhere near that kid, get away from my child, you horrendous beast. It's just unfathomable sometimes where we've got to as a human race. It's kind of sad. The healthier finances would be amazing, okay? A lot of people struggle with restraining themselves from spending every penny. Just every little advertisement that comes away, every little thing, every little sales pitch. Yeah, have it. Okay, I'm silly. I'm really good with some things financially. I don't spend money here, don't spend money there. I'm not frivolous like other people are in some ways, but I'm really dumb in other ways. Super dumb with my finances in other ways. Like I said before, it was about, well, I don't have a future. Who knows what the future holds, so just live today, eat, whatever I want, give me this, give me that, give me all the rest of it. And now I'm thinking there is definitely a future, but I still do dumb things financially, and restraining myself in certain ways definitely would be handy. And I'm sure that's the case for every single one of you watching. So, delaying gratification. You wouldn't think I do rap sometimes, would you? My mouth sometimes really does not work. Delaying gratification heightens enjoyment. That's actually, try and say that 3 times fast. Delaying gratification heightens enjoyment. Delaying gratification heightens enjoyment. Delaying gratification heightens enjoyment. It's hard, man. So, it's really true, though. It's really true, okay? If you have an ice cream sundae once a year, man, well, if you like ice cream sundaes, let's just use that. Let's say everyone loves ice cream sundaes. With a cherry on top. Grab the cherry on top. So, you love an ice cream sundae, okay? If you have one for breakfast, lunch and dinner every day, you're not really going to get that much enjoyment out of it. But if you have one on your birthday every year, holy shitballs, that's going to be an amazing sundae, okay? You've got to balance it out. Too much of a good thing is a bad thing, okay? And not enough of anything is not enough. But that's kind of too much, not enough tells you balance is key. We come back to it every time. Balance is key. Timing's everything. So long as you breathe, the rest is easy. Pretty sure I'm going to put that in every single video moving forward. I've got a bigger saying that slots into a bigger saying, but you're not going to get that yet. So, promotes patience. Patience is very important. The value of patience coming up. I have been working on my patience now for about a decade. And again, it's a daily practice. It is a daily practice. Patience, patience is a virtue. Patience is so valuable. Patience and restraint are 2 different things as well. Patience is simply how you go about waiting for something. Restraint is just making sure you don't do a thing. That's really it, Don't punch the really annoying person, okay? Do everything you can not to punch them. That's it. That's all restraint is. So, promoting patience, very valuable. So far, restraint is a great thing. The AIDS health, with the whole no eating thing. So we've got the AIDS interactions, healthy interactions and relationships, no cheating. Then we've got the AIDS health, no eating. Just a lot of people comfort eat. They overeat nowadays, they eat out of boredom. More and more people are getting more and more fat, and it's less and less healthy. It's as simple as that. That rhymes. It ultimately strengthens this. Oh no, I've got something else written there. It ultimately strengthens discipline, for sure, but it's only a precursor, or at least part of the equation to discipline. Okay, so when you restrain yourself, make sure it's chosen restraint. You are doing it for reasons that serve you and serve others around you, your loved ones, people you care for, people that care about you. That's the important thing, I think, in all of this, okay, is that, who does it serve and how does it serve them? It should serve you, but it should also serve those around you, i.e. the community at large, which, if you enlarge it, really it's just humanity, the human race, which I talk about a lot, which we are just one of. So, restraint is your friend about 80% of the time. That's what I put in a rap. Go and check out the rap today. Like and subscribe, all of that kind of crap. But it really, really is good. Daily practice. Don't beat yourself up if you don't get it right, and don't think you've got it right once, therefore you're going to get it right forever and again. No. Again, it's a daily practice. So many of these things I'll come back to. They're daily practices. We work on them. Some days we fall short. Some days we nail it. But it is important that every single day, okay, we just assess our behaviour and make sure we're not acting like a total prick in the world. So, on that note, put down your phone, get outside, touch some grass, hug a loved one, phone your mum, tell her you love her, do something fantastic with your day.